Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about our core Java practical subject. Okay. So today we are going to start with the practicals of core Java. Before starting the practicals of core Java, I would like to explain how to install Java, then how to open the Java editor, and how to execute your first program. Okay. So let's start. Practical number 1, basic Java programs. Okay, for working with the Java programming in this semester, you are going to use Notepad++ as your editor, and this command prompt, this black window, you are going to use for executing your Java programs. Okay, so for creating your Java program, first you have to install JDK. Okay. So when you install the JDK, I'm going to provide you the setup of JDK. So when you install the JDK, your Java will be installed on your C drive, program files, Java folder. Okay. See, remember this path or note down in your notebook. Okay. So here, when you install Java, there is one folder created Java in which two more folders are there. First is JDK and second is JRE. So what is this JDK? Java Development Kit. Okay. So as I am going to use Java 7, so I have installed JDK 1.7. You can use the different version also. And JRE. JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. This is the environment because of which you are able to execute your Java program in your system. Okay. One thing that you have to remember, the path of bin folder. What is this bin folder? In JDK folder, there is a bin folder where all your executables, means your Java compiler and Java interpreter, are stored. Okay, you need this path. So just copy this path, right click and copy. Okay, you need this path later on. So I'm just copying right now. Here you can see two files, Java C and this Java. Okay, this Java C is called as the Java compiler and this Java is called as the Java interpreter. Okay, so let's start with your first program. So for writing your first program, you have to open the editor as always, as you have written Python programs also. So this is the editor where you are going to write your Java program. Okay. So the very first thing that you have to remember, Java is a completely object-oriented programming language, and that's why everything is enclosed in a class. So you have to create one public class. Okay, I'm just naming these classes my test program or whatever the name you would like to give. Okay, so this is the structure of writing a Java program. The first thing that you have to create a public class. Okay, this name is of your choice. You can write any name. I have given test program as a name, and opening and closing curly brace, you can write your program body. Okay, so as you know that every program in programming language, whether it is a in Java programming language, every program starts with the main function. The execution of program start with the main function, so it is compulsory to write main function. So I'm writing public static void and main. Okay, so remember one more thing, that when you are writing your Java program, your main function is having this format. This main function is always public static. As this function is not going to return anything, so I have written void and in bracket command line arguments. Okay, and these arguments will be of type string. Okay, so args. So this way you can write your first Java program. Now, this is the structure I have created. Now, how to execute a line in Java program? So here, suppose you want to print something. Okay, so for printing something, you have to use the system class. System dot out object of the system class and dot println method. Okay, so this println method is similar to the print function in your Python programming. This is used to display anything on the screen, and whatever you would like to display you have to include in a double quotes. Suppose I would like to write welcome students. Okay, and every line ends with a semicolon. Now, one thing that you have to remember in this semester with Java programming is that whenever I am saying the class, so the class name always starts with the capital letter. So here this S is in capital. And whenever you are writing a method, okay, so as println is a method, that is function. So every function starts with the small case letter. Okay, so these are the two guidelines that you have to always remember while writing the Java program. Clear? Once you have written your Java program, then you have to save it. So how you would say, now you have to remember that while saving the program, you have to use the same name which you have given to the public class. So I had given test program, so I will use this name to save my file. Just click on the save file. Here, wherever is your folder, as I'm going to save my file in a E drive Madhuri folder. As usual, I'm writing the file name, and as it is a Java program, we have to save this file with the .java extension. Okay? Okay. Once you have saved this file, now you have to execute this code. Right? For executing this code, you have to open this command prompt. How to open this command prompt? Click on the start and type CMD. You can see this command prompt. Okay? So once you open the command prompt, you have to switch to the your folder. Okay, for switching your folder, you know that you have to use the cd command. Okay, so you have to use cd command to switch to your current working directory. Now when you want to execute the Java program, the very first thing that you have to do is you have to set the path. Which path? Path for the Java compiler and path for the Java interpreter. As Java compiler is going to compile our Java program and Java interpreter is going to execute our Java program. Okay. So which path you have to set? The path which you have copied. Actually, I will copy again. So program files Java JDK bin. This path you have to copy and enter here. Okay. So how to set the path? Remember this line, okay? If you do not set the path, your Java compiler will not be loaded and your program will not be compiled or executed. Okay? So set path, set this path to bin folder and press enter. If no error has come, that means your path has been set successfully. Now it's time to compile. Okay? So every Java program goes through the two phases. First is the compilation and second is the interpretation. Compilation is done by the Java compiler and interpretation means execution is done by the Java interpreter. So first I have to compile the program. So I will write Java C. Then name of my file is testprogram.java and then press enter. Okay. So there is no error, that means this program is executed successfully. So just try to enter the error. Suppose I forgot to write this semicolon over here. Okay, let us see what will happen. Now again compile this file. Yes, we got the error. So whenever you are getting the error, this Java compiler is very smart. It is giving you the complete information regarding that error. Okay, so the error is in file testprogram.java and line number 6. What is the error? The error is mentioned error of semicolon is expected. Okay, and where? In this line. So everything is given to you. On which file, on which line number, what is the error? Okay, everything. So you have to just go to that line number 6, enter the semicolon and save your file again. Okay. For clearing the screen, you can use the cls command. Okay. So now again compile your file. Yes, no error. That means my program has been compiled successfully. Now it's time to execute it. So for execution of Java program, you have to use the Java command and then your file name. Okay. Now one thing more you have to remember is whenever you are compiling the program, just go to your folder. You can see after the compilation, one more file is created in your folder, that is dot class file. Okay, so this dot class file is containing the bytecode. Okay, what this file contains? The bytecode, that is the compiled code, which is interpreted by the Java interpreter. Okay, so you have to write Java, and as you are interpreting the dot class file, so here you don't have to write a Java file. Okay, you don't have to use Java file, as Java interpreter is going to use the class file. Okay, so there is no need to add dot class extension with this file name. You have to just write Java and then the file name. Okay, once this is done, you can press enter, and yes, this is the output of your code. Okay, so is it clear how to execute your first Java program? Now we will modify this program little bit so that you can compete with your practical number 1. Okay. So suppose I would like to add two numbers. Okay. So for adding two numbers, I need two numbers, means two variables to store this value, right? Suppose I want to add two integers. So I will declare int a, b. These are the two numbers, and of course addition. So I'm using C as a result variable. Okay, you can use any variable name. Okay, now I will first write the message that enter the two numbers, so that user will get what he has to do. Okay, enter two numbers. Okay, so this is just a message. Whenever you are writing any program, you have to always make it user friendly. Okay, and program can be made user friendly with the proper instructions, so you have to display such instructions in your program. Now, as I would like to, now I have not told you how to input data from the uh, user. So I'm just initializing these variables over here. B equal to 20, E equal to 10, and I'm just performing addition. C is equals to A plus B. Okay. So first, let us see how to initialize and perform the result. This we will see later on. I'm just commenting this line. You know, comment is what is comment? Comment is the non-executable part of your program. Okay, so this line is there in your program, but it is not going to be executed. Okay, so now I am going to display the result over here. So result is addition. Okay, and what is addition? Addition is stored in variable C. So whenever you would like to display a variable with your message, so after this double quote, you have to concatenate your result. So you have to add the plus sign for joining the result and then enter the variable. Okay, so this way you can display the result. Just save this code and execute. See, again, one more thing that you have to remember, whenever you are making changes in your file, in your program, every time it is compulsory to compile the code. Okay, so I'm compiling again. No error, that means compiled successfully, and my .class file is now updated. So now I can execute it. Okay, so for execution, we have to use the Java and class file name. Yes, the result is 30. Okay, now again let us modify little bit, as you would like to input the values from the user. Okay, so I am removing comment from this line now, and I am replacing this line at the top. Okay, so now for taking input from the user, little modification you have to do is you have to import one library. Now whenever you need some external resources, external libraries in your program, you have to use the import statement. Okay, so the library which include the class for taking input from the user, That class name is called as scanner. So scanner is a kind of pen. Once you are having your pen, you can write anything with that pen. Same way, once you are having a scanner object, you can take any type of input from the user. Okay, so import scanner. So scanner package is belongs to java dot util package. So you have to import java dot util dot. You can import only scanner also. As I am writing dot star, that means it will import everything from that java dot util package. Okay. Now I am removing these assignments as we are going to input from the user. So the first thing is create the pen, that is create the scanner. So scanner, suppose I am writing its name as S is equals to, as this is an object oriented programming language, you have to create object with the new keyword as we have done in the Python also. Okay, if you remember. Okay, so scanner S is the name of that variable object of type scanner, and new is used to create the scanner object. Now, from where you would like to input? From that black window. So that black window is called as system dot in window. For displaying, you have used system dot out. Out means output window, and system dot in means input window. Okay, so system dot in you are going to use for inputting or taking the input from the user. Okay, so now how to read data? First value that I would like to store in the variable a. What is the scanner variable? S. So I will write S dot. The method which you have to use for taking integer input is next int. Okay, so it will take the first value, and then same way I will take my second value. Okay, and the second value will be stored on the variable b. Okay, now let us compile this code and see the magic. Okay, is it magic? It is a code. Okay, so Java C, I have compiled this code, there is no error. So let us execute. Now your cursor is waiting state, waiting for the input from the user. Suppose I enter 5, then waiting for the second number. Suppose I enter 6. Okay, and yes, I got the result. Addition is equal to 11. Okay, I hope this will make you clear how to write the Java program and how to take input from the user and how to implement a formula based program.
Here, now we have completed with the preparation of practical number 1, that is basic Java program. Okay, so let us see what are the different programs that you have to complete in the lab session 1. First program which you have to complete in this lab session is write a Java program to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, I have already shown you how to perform addition of two numbers by taking input from the user. Okay, same way you can perform subtraction, multiplication and division in the same program. The second question is write a Java program to calculate simple interest. We have already calculated simple interest in the last semester also, in Python also. Okay, the same way you have to just write a formula for simple interest. Okay, remember one thing, whenever you are going to write any formula based program, the first thing is write down the formula on a page, find out the variables which are required for calculating that result from the right hand side of that formula, declare those variables, take input from the user, write down this formula and display the result. Okay, so it is as simple as. Okay, the same way you have to write down the simple interest formula. What is the formula for calculating the simple interest? PNR upon 100 means principal, number of years and rate of interest multiplication divided by 100. Okay, so what are the inputs required for calculating the simple interest? P, N and R. So you have to declare these three variables and fourth one for storing the simple interest. Okay, question number 3 is write a Java program to convert temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, I have already given you the formula. You can see Celsius means C is equals to f minus 32 into 5 divided by 9. That means now you can see at the right hand side what are the variables. Only f is unknown. Okay, so that means you have to declare one variable f and take the input value from the user, then write down this formula and then display the value of C. Okay, so that will be your temperature in the Celsius. Okay, the fourth program is write a Java program to convert rupees into paisa. It is same as the question number 3, just formula will be 1 rupee equal to how many paisa? 100 paise, right? So you have to multiply that rupee into 100. Okay, so you have to take the number of rupee from the user and then display the paisa. Okay, the next program is write a Java program to enter employee basic information and display the employee details. What are the details that you have to display in this program? Gross salary. Now for calculating the gross salary, you should know is basic salary plus is DA and then HRA. So here one note is given that DA will be the 10% of the basic salary and HRA will be 15% of basic salary. Okay, so the variable which you need to declare over here is the basic salary. Okay, which you have to take input from the user, and after taking input of basic salary, you have to write down the formula for calculating the DA. DA equal to 10% of basic, then HRA 15% of basic. Then after calculating DA and HRA, you have to write down the formula for gross salary. Gross salary is equal to basic plus DA plus HRA. Okay, so this way you can complete these 5 programs. I have also provided 5 more programs for practicing. 6th one program is write a Java program to print the student mark sheet. So for printing student mark sheet, you have to input the basic student information like student roll number, name, class, then marks in various subjects. You can take input of 3 to 4 subjects from the user, and then you have to calculate the total and the percentage. Okay, and you know the formula for calculating the total and percentage, right? 7th program is write a Java program to calculate area of circle. Okay, so what is the formula for calculating area of circle? Pi r square. Okay, so you can store area in suppose variable a is equal to pi r square. Okay, so pi is fixed, so you can write 3.14 instead of pi, and r square. Okay, so r is unknown, so you have to take input r, that is radius from the user, and then write down this formula and print the area of circle. Same way you can calculate the area of rectangle also. Next program is program number 9, that is calculate and print the square of an entered number. Okay, so you have to enter one number, and what is square? The number is multiplied to itself. Okay, so number into number, that will be the square. And the last program that you have to complete is you have to enter the product information like product number, product name, quantity, unit price, and then you have to calculate and display the product information with total bill. Okay, so you have to take input from all the values and you have to print the total bill. So while printing the total bill, you have to multiply your quantity with the unit price. Okay, and you can display the total bill. Okay, I hope all these questions are clear to you. Then complete this lab session at the earliest and submit the Word file of all these programs on your Google Classroom. Okay, thank you.